y'all hear about that veteran police officer that planned to shoot up a New Orleans jazz festival to take out as many black people as possible? No? Well, okay, let's get into it then. So 45-year-old Christopher Gillum, a former North Carolina cop, was arrested just before he could drive from Destin to New Orleans with a handgun and about 200 rounds of ammunition. Now, his target was the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, which draws large crowds of people each spring. Now, apparently he planned to carry out a mass shooting targeting black people, then die in a shootout with the police. He was tracked down and arrested at a hotel today. Now, apparently this guy had been a law enforcement officer for more than a decade, including a 15-year stint with the Chapel Hill Police Department, and then he went to work at the Carolina Beach Police Department and then the Orange County Sheriff's Office until 2025. He even won Officer of the Month at one point. Now, his family did report him missing just a day before his arrest, telling officials that he had a history of self-harm, owned a gun, and had recently made threats to harm black people. However, because no specific victim had been named, the police in North Carolina said they had no legal grounds to detain him before he crossed state lines. Now, after an initial welfare check, Gillum was placed under surveillance. He was detained and held until a warrant for terroristic threats arrived from Louisiana. He is now sitting in the Okaloosa County Jail awaiting extradition.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim that's out there teaching and preaching in truth and in sincerity. I'm the brother Bantalamai from the GMS Memphis camp, back with another quick lesson. And ultimately, I hope that this lesson is edifying to the elect. The title of this lesson is Esau is Finished. If you, of course, saw the video, the video that started this, the little clip that started this video, you see this Edomite looking guy, 45-year-old Christopher Gillum, who was a 15-year police officer, who basically was plotting to go and shoot up a bunch of innocent so-called black folks, in New Orleans, at a jazz festival of all places. And the police caught up to him, the FBI, whoever was keeping an eye on him, they caught up to him and arrested him, and which let you know that there is some semblance of law and order still in this country. But ultimately, we know that this place is going to fall into utter chaos, and this country is circling the drain, and we're close to it being a lot of Christopher Gilliams out here just carrying out murdering innocent people. Like I say, the only thing that's stopping them is the little semblance of law and order that we have left, but of course, the law and order, that their eyes are pretty much set upon Jake anyway. So a lot of times they'll miss somebody like this, but this guy was just, they caught up to him, praise the Lord. That wasn't the will of the Father for him to go down there and execute a lot of people in New Orleans. And but we understand that, the Lord is, his judgments are carried out daily, and this can happen, so that's why, you got to be watchful and you got to be mindful, because, this devil is almost to the point of where he just gonna be a total crash out, like this guy, and then ultimately he wanted to be killed by his goal was to go kill a lot of black folks, so-called black folks, and then him ultimately be killed by the police. So we dealing with some sociopath, psychopath people, and that's why the scriptures tell us. And matter of fact, let me get it. This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness," man. So you got these people around you, and you thinking that they just are, just like Dylan Roof, you know, if Jake would have understood Sirach 12 and 10, then Dylan Roof would have never got into that church. He would have never been, at least he would have never been able to kill as many people as he did, you know. But people don't understand that, you know. Jake, we've been indoctrinated in this Catholicism type of belief system, you know, which is modern Christianity, and we believe that, hey, everybody can get saved, everybody deserves some type of salvation. But no, you know, we dealing with the devil. The Lord made this devil evil, you know. He made him wicked, you know. So that's why we have we understand, you know, never trust these people, man. Don't have them around you like that. You know, if you see them coming, hey, let everybody know, hey, man, here come one of these devils, man. You know, we got to have that understanding between us. This is Psalms 58. Verse 3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, man. These people are, you know, are literally, matter of fact, let me get that in the NLT. All right, this is Psalm 58, verse 3 in the NLT. It says, these wicked people are born sinners. Even from birth, they have lied and gone their own way. You know, you know, you dealing with a people that are, you know, that will kill you, in other words. I mean, you know, look at, and children aren't exempt from this, man. You know, your normal, even your most vile drug dealer in the hood, he know better than to hurt innocent people, man. He not out, you know what I'm saying? But not Esau, man. Esau take pleasure in harming. Look at the whole Epstein Island thing, man. Look what these people were doing, man. Look what have been brought out about these people, and you still trust this devil, man. You still gonna have this devil beside you. The scriptures tell us, man, the wicked are born sinners, man, and they're estranged from the womb, man. The Lord made them to be wicked, man. And it says that in the scriptures too, man. The Lord had created all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil, man, to be destroyed, man. You know, to be an example of what not to be. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. See, this man actually planned to go and harm innocent people. He literally sat up and plotted on killing people that didn't have no connection to him, just because of what? Because they Jake really in the spirit, you know, not because they black, you know, but because they're Israelites, man. It's a spiritual thing. He probably don't realize that. But this is what he was plotting to do, man. And this is what a lot of these devils are plotting to do. These white supremacist groups, you know, they want to kill Israel. It's literally groups of, it's a million Christopher Gilliams out there, man. It's a million of these Edomites that are like him, that are just waiting on the opportunity, just like in the purge, to go out and harm innocent so-called black people, man, so-called Latinos, man, and so-called Native Americans, man. It's a lot of Christopher Gilliams out there, man. And once again, I can't reiterate Sirach chapter 12 verse 1 enough, man. Never trust your enemy, man. You know what I'm saying? Never trust these devils, man. Don't let them around you, because as soon as they see an opportunity, they gonna stab you in the back, man. In so many words. Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Right. I'm not going to read verse 2. Let me get that in Psalms chapter 10. This is Psalms chapter 10 verse 8. Because this is what this devil wanted to do, man. You know, who does that, man? Who? Because like I say, even your you know, your most vile Israelites, man, don't sit up and imagine or going and doing a killing spree on children, on women. You know what I'm saying? Really, war is a man thing, you know, but not with these devils. These devils, they like to hit below the belt. They don't play. They don't go about things in an upright way, man. They want to go in and harm children and women, man. You know. But yeah, this is Psalms chapter 10, verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor, man. You know, he's sitting up waiting to kill poor people or black or so-called black people, man, which we are the innocent and the poor, you know. Verse 9, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth them into his net. You know, just like that one, it was a couple of instances of these Edomite dudes, man, that was like DJs, or I'm thinking of one in particular, man. This dude was a DJ. Man, this dude was going around infecting so-called black women with HIV AIDS, man, on purpose. And man, I'm talking about it was hundreds of women, man. You know, this man is these devils literally a plot on your life, man. A plot on the life of many black folks, man, and go to sleep at night and won't lose a wink of sleep doing it. Purposely trying to kill and harm the innocent, man. People that haven't done nothing to you. Let me get a closing scripture, man. You know, because, you know, and when you see these types of things, of course it make you want to, hey man, let me go. I mean, as a man, you know, you say, well, damn, how we going to protect ourselves? You know, the only way we can protect ourselves from these devils, because like I say, it's a million Christopher Gilliams, man. It's a million Edomites that want to harm and do harm to Israelites, man. It's a million of them. The only thing that's stopping them is the little semblance of law and order that we do have, man. So when shit hit the fan, matter of fact, let me read that right quick. Because shit is gonna hit the fan, man. This is Revelation 12 and 12. You know, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth ye have but a short time. Spiritually, of course, you know, the elites, they know they got a short time. But your everyday average run-of-the-mill Edomite, he just spiritually know that his kingdom is falling. You know, his white privilege is waning. You know what I'm saying? And he like a petulant child, man. He pissed off about that, you know. So what he gonna do? He gonna cry. He gonna lay down in bed and cry and blame everybody, and then go out and try to harm innocent people, man. You know. He understand that his kingdom is falling. He understand that the looking down on people is over, man. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, I don't know if he understand this. Ultimately, this whole world finna get turned right side up. And you finna be at the bottom, and you finna be in brutal, hardcore slavery, man. But what did the Lord say? You know, when all of these things was, when the Lord said, what are we to do? You know what I'm saying? We are to get up under you know, what, like I say in let me see. This is Psalms chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. You know, we got to hide within these scriptures, man. We got to hide within, you know, under the wings and under the shadow of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And that's how we going to overcome this devil, because we know we don't have an army, man. We don't have a FBI. But what the Lord said vengeance is mine. I'm going to get that, and I'm going to end it. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 19. It says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. Get out of my way. That's what the Lord's saying. For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord. So all we got to do is just remain under the shadow of the Almighty, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and just continue to point out these devils, man, and let it be known, and preach the gospel, man, and let it be known. That's a part of the gospel. Never trust your enemy, man. You know, the devil is real, and the physical counterpart of Satan is real, man. And it's these so-called white folks, man. Esau, Edom, man. The devil that the Bible speaks of. So I hope that this lesson was edifying. Until the next time, shalom.